It's morning now, around 9:30. I had my breakfast around 8:30 this morning, and what you see on the other side, that is Burundi, and we are standing here in Rwanda. Lake Cyohoha separates Burundi and Rwanda, and the Marines are here as well, just like in Lake Kivu, because Lake Kivu separates DRC and Rwanda. So I've been traveling for about 5 days now. Time has come that I go back home for at least one night before I head towards Akagera National Park. Summing up my entire journey, the initial plan was to cover 1000 kilometers in 7 days, but it seems like I've already covered 800 kilometers in 5 days, and that's mainly because I followed Google Maps. Because when Google Maps asked me to turn right, I turned right, and it took me in a complete off-road path, but it was brilliant. I would not say I have no complaints, but when Google asks you to take a right, question its integrity, travel a bit ahead, it will reroute for you. So that should be a lesson learned. From Kinigi I went to Gisenyi and then Kibuye. I was supposed to stop over at Changugu as well, but due to the delays caused in mechanical work on the motorcycle, I couldn't do that. So I continued through Rusizi and stayed at Nyungwe Nziza Lodge for a night before I traveled to this camping site at Lake Cyohoha. Now, it's not just the lake borders that the two countries have, they have land borders as well. So as of now, I'm just going to go around the property and see what are the other activities that can be done other than swimming at your own risk and kayaking. There are many varieties of birds that I see over here, just like at Kumbia Peninsula and just like at Kibuye. I see a lot of bird varieties over here. So if anyone's interested in birding, of course, this could be a place. Not the big varieties of birds, the smaller ones. Now, if you ask me the names of birds, I'm going to sound illiterate because I know nothing about birds. But if you ask me about wildlife, say lions and gazelles, maybe I could say something about them. But birds...
Everything is not enough. Really hard by the ocean. Among all those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand.
The Lake Cyohoha campsite is not an unfinished property. Apart from the tenting facilities, they also have cottages, as you see. And I have been to several lakeside properties where they remain partially unfinished with not enough staff. And when you order food, it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get a small meal. So if you need to order food, order it in advance. Even for Lake Cyohoha, if you're coming as a group, I would recommend that, because on the way yesterday, I ordered my dinner over here, and by the time I arrived, it was ready because I was hungry and I was tired as well. So the food was ready. Another thing is, in the last 5 days, breakfast. Crow, please. Speaking. Last 5 days, wherever I stayed, wherever I've stayed, whether it's a $25 room or a $100 room, the breakfast remained the same. Coffee, fruits, Spanish omelette, toast of bread, and fruits. But when I had my breakfast here this morning, it made me a happy person because, of course, there were not a bunch of fruits. There was some orange, scrambled eggs, and they had a vegetable wrap as well. The vegetable wrap made out of chapati was so tasteful. I mean, it looks like it's made by a person who knows what they're doing. It's not like the other places had bad Spanish omelette or toasted bread. They were good as well, but the variety that I got here is definitely going to bring me back here. Also, I would recommend people to come down here, because if you think that the roads are bad, that's only because I chose to ride through those bad roads. But there are good roads to get to this place. Just don't listen to Google Maps when it says turn right. Just don't do that. If you are planning to stay in the tent as such, in which I was last night, for $25 including breakfast, if it's a rainy season, you're most likely to lose sleep for at least an hour and a half, because it was raining last night and I was woken up from my sleep. It was heavy rain with thunder and lightning. It went on for about an hour and a half, and they have those aluminium sheets on top which make quite a lot of noise. So if you are willing to let go or sacrifice some of your valuable sleep, definitely that's the tent you'd like to stay in. But from what I understood, during the summers it's more busy here, and most likely even the tents are mainly used during the summers. Maybe I was wrong to choose the tent. I should have stayed in the room. But I found the tent to be spacious and comfortable at the same time. Of course, the property can do with more of lighting. It can use a lot more of light in the public areas and the tent areas as well.